What's going on, Future Court fans? This is Bernie here, back with you with another kind of want to start, which is a Boruto review. Since Peter is doing Dragon Ball stuff, I thought, let's try the kind of rival or the competitor, which is going to be Boruto. This is episode 22, which is named Connected Feelings. So in this episode, what we got was, so at this point now, Sakura has been taken to where Shin Uchiha has been, since he got badly injured in a fight previously before from Sakura. And in this part, this episode was kind of a little bit trying to build up the fact that we don't know who Sakura's mom really is. I mean, if you read the manga and anime and the manga, you'll know who the mom really is. But for right now in the anime, we're still trying to figure out who the mom is because she has the same glasses as an associate of Sasuke's. And so they got into this kind of like really boring argument between Shin and Sakura about what genes are, and talking about how parents give the stronger genes to the kids, because in this episode Shin has one of the so they're basically all clones. Shin, the little kids that Shin has with him, are basically just clones. So they're basically treated as organ donors who just gives, if he ever gets injured, they're just there to give him the body parts, the strong stuff. And so, they have a back and forth spat about, treating the little clones as like actual kids and not treating them as just clones or objects. So, that's just kind of what was like a mute point from the show. Wasn't really anything strong or interesting that I enjoyed about that. But I think the interesting part was going back to where Naruto and Sasuke are in here, where, Sakura is still kind of like, oh, what just happened? Like, why did my mom get taken? And so, now it's a mission to find out where the mom is so they can save Sakura. They thought of a hunch was the only distinguishing figure of Shin is that his right arm had a lot of the Sharingans on him. And so with that, it leads people to, or not leads people, but it leads Naruto and Sasuke to figure out that the only person that could really do this is Orochimaru. And so they decide to go to where Orochimaru is. And so, they go to his hideout, which is heavily monitored, making sure that he's staying out of trouble. And we get the interaction between Sasuke's former associates from his former team with Suigetsu and Yugo. And what we see here is that Sakura realizes that, oh, these guys are the same people from the picture. Meanwhile, Naruto and Sasuke are trying to find out where Orochimaru is because they want to find out where Shin is so they can save Sakura. And so what they do next is that they go to Orochimaru appears, they talk a little bit, and then Orochimaru eventually tells him more about who Shin is and how he's like an experiment for what would later become Danzo's arm. So that's what Shin is. And meanwhile, while that's happening, Sakura goes to Suigetsu and kind of wants to do a DNA test to see if Sakura is Sadara's mom. And I think there was a blunder that happened in there that made it seem like Karen, who's the woman in question, if it is Sadara's mom. Apparently, the thing said that it was a perfect match. So Sakura is beside herself. She's confused. She's known Sakura to be her mom the whole time, but now that the test told her differently, she doesn't know how to feel, and it activates her Sharingan, which we all know that Sharingan comes out when someone's emotional or when some emotional distress occurs. That happened, and Naruto comes in. Naruto himself is confused because he always believed that Sakura was Sadara's mom, but he now kind of is beside himself and thinks, oh wow, maybe Sasuke is a sleazebag and got Karen pregnant instead. But Naruto, being the father figure, the kind of the person that he is now, he talks to Sakura and tells her, don't worry about this. I mean, it's not bloodline or history that makes you, family. It's the love and care that you give for someone. And, Sakura goes through the the flashbacks of when she was sick, about asking Sakura why dad doesn't come, why is he never here, and then how do I know that dad loves me, and then of course you get the infamous flick on the forehead, which is to show a sign of love from the Uchihas, well, mainly just Sasuke's family. That's how Itachi showed love to Sasuke, as they were being brothers. They eventually, they figure out where he is, and of course it takes Sasuke a while to get his Sage of Six Paths eye back, the Sharingan, which is the next ability, and he creates the path in order to go save Sakura and find where she is. So overall, from my impressions of this episode, it was very kind of meh to me, very mediocre. Of course, it's all about building storyline and figuring out what's going on, what are they doing. But, they could have done it in a more interesting way. It was still... I think that's kind of what the problem is with Boruto at the moment. It kind of suffers from lack of just very unique characters. We see that there's a bunch of clones out there that resemble the parents in Boruto. And we find, to me, I just feel like the villains in Boruto are a lot lamer than Naruto. And I don't know if it's because the show's not dark enough or what it is. I feel like this show was written for like a Disney channel to be aired on. I think Boruto has the potential to be. I think what they should have done was kind of still base it around Naruto and being the 7th Hokage, because that's, what it is that, Naruto was wanting to be. I think it would have been perfect for them to go that way first and then kind of transition, ease the viewers into his son, the other characters of the next generation. I think that would have been a lot easier to handle and digest, but instead, we got forced into this next generation thing where we got Boruto, who's the son of Naruto, just being a brat to his dad because his dad works as the Hokage. And, maybe as a kid, coming from a kid's perspective, you don't really understand that. But I feel like Naruto... maybe because Naruto didn't have a dad. He still had Iruka Sensei, so I don't understand how he doesn't understand this point. Is, to kind of tell Boruto, how it is and what he needs to do, because that's the more important role for him. Not that saying that not being a dad is important, but he has to be a dad for everybody. It's not just him and the family. That's my only gripe with Naruto. I don't want to get into a rant because this will probably be longer than it should be. So let me know what you guys thought of Boruto. Did you guys like the episode? Did you not? And let me know what you guys think. Is Boruto going to get darker? Is it still going to stay the same? Let me know down below. Remember, this is Bernie from Fusion Corp. Remember to like, share, and subscribe this video, and I'll holla at you later. Peace.